Hi guys, welcome back to YouTube channel Foundation Chemistry AB. So today we are going to talk about detection of acid or basic radicals. So basically why we are going to do the salt analysis. So I have a simple message for you guys. Please think for innovation, be creative, learn everywhere, anytime and help to learn others. So now the question arises, why do we carry out salt analysis or why do we find the different radicals? So there is a disclaimer. The property of a salt mixture depend upon both the basic radical as well as the acid radical. So each observation may not have only one inference. And please never add water to concentrated sulfuric acid as it is exothermic reaction. So now question arises, what is salt analysis? Salt analysis is a combination of systematic process which involves preliminary tests, dry test, wet test, and confirmatory tests in order to identify the ions such as cation or anion in a given inorganic salt. So, salt is an ionic compound formed as a result of reaction between acid and base, which when dissolved in water or acid furnishes cation as well as anion. Sometimes we call them radicals, such as acid radical, that is anion, and basic radical, that is cation. So example is acid radical, chloride, nitrate, carbonate, sulfate, etc. Similarly, basic radicals, sodium ion, ferric ion, cupric ion, and barium ion. So salt analysis helps to identify the acid radicals as well as basic radicals present in a salt mixture by the help of known chemical tests. Now question arises, why do we carry out salt analysis? So this is otherwise known as qualitative inorganic salt analysis in order to build practical experimental skills in chemistry. Salt analysis educates students how to use their observation like color, texture, odor, solubility, flame color, gas evaluation, precipitate, etc. to infer or judge about the presence of specific ions. So salt analysis strengthens the understanding of a basic concepts like common ion effect, solubility product, redox reactions, complex reactions, and acid-base behavior. And each group separation is based on the above concept or principles. So salt analysis helps to train students in systematic observation, logical thinking, or inference in each step of chemical test, and rule out the possibility in each step of a group separation. So most importantly, the ability to connect the theory with the practical skills. So salt analysis helps to detect harmful ions present in safe drinking water as well as food beverages. So let's talk about what are different types of salt. So first is neutral salt. So the salt formed by complete neutralization of acid and base. Example is NaCl and sodium nitrate. Similarly, acidic salt. The salt formed by partial neutralization of polyprotic acid. Example is sodium bicarbonate. Similarly, basic salt. The salt formed by partial neutralization of a base. Example is ZnOHCl or metal hydroxide salt. Next type of salt is double salt. So the salt that contain more than one cation or anion. Example is more salt, NH4 whole twice, FeSO4 2, 6 water. Similarly, next category is mixed salt. The salt that contains a fixed proportion of two salts upon sharing either a common cation or anion. Example is bleaching powder, CaOClCl or sodium potassium sulfate. Now we should know how to do the salt analysis. So at first we have to observe physical properties like color, texture, smell, solubility and density. Secondly, conduct some preliminary tests like heating in a dry test tube, flame test, charcoal cavity test, which may produce a precipitate or gases or flame colors to get the clue about the cation. Then we need to perform several tests with specific reagents to identify the anions, followed by confirmatory test for the anions. Finally, we need to carry out the group separations, followed by confirmatory test for the cation. So please subscribe to our channel Foundation Chemistry AV. So this is the channel for UGPG students, Chemistry Live UGPG. So this is a simple step towards e-learning, making life better. Thank you all for learning.